About cars?
Of course, about cars, but cars of the future, okay? Los carros del futuro. This is what we are going to talk about today, okay? So, before, what do you know about cars of the future? ¿Qué saben de los carros del futuro? ¿Qué me pudieran comentar? What do you know about the new cars or cars of the future, guys?
That they are not going to use the driver, or they are not
Okay, they
for a
will
person.
not need anymore a driver. Okay, very good. Yes, that's true. Thank you. Anybody else?
I think they might be electric.
There are no petrol based.
Some of them will be electric. Yes.
The hybrids. I'm not sure how do you say híbridos. Is like electric and gas. Is hybrid.
Hybrid.
Hybrid,
Yeah, they will
sorry.
be
Yeah.
half electronic, half they will be have gas. Yes.
There are no petrol based.
Okay. Yes. Anybody else? Thank you. Thank you for your comments, guys.
Teacher, there are no petrol based.
Exactly. Very good. Well said. Excellent. Okay. Yes. Very good. Okay. Well, now, who's ready to read or who wants to read? Any volunteers?
I do.
Okay, go ahead and read, Moises.
I really do encourage other manufacturers to bring electric cars to market. It's a good thing, and they need to bring it to market and keep iterating and improving and make better and better electric cars. And that's what's going to result in humanity achieving a sustainable transport future. I wish it to grow in faster than it is.
So using your own words, what do you understand about this ideas? Well, this idea.
They're talking about the need of bring to the market more electric cars and hybrids.
Yeah, very good. Yeah, we need to continue developing, where engineers need to continue developing cars, electric cars, so we can have better ones. Okay, excellent. Thank you, Moises. Let's see. Let's continue. Okay, first question. How do you envision the future of transportations? Okay, volunteers, who wants to answer the first question? Come on, guys. Share your ideas. ¿Cómo visualizas el futuro de los transportes?
May I?
Of course, go ahead.
Well, I think there's a double vision about this, the European vision, an Asian vision, and the American vision. Well, the European and Asian vision is massive transportation in the future. And the American vision is the individual transportation. I mean, specifically the car. In Europe and Asia, they're investing more in trains and super speed trains based on magnets, based on electric. But in America, the thing is completely different. They are investing in some enterprises like Tesla and the hybrid cars.
Oh, yes, you are correct. Totally agree with you. I think we are on the same page, Moises. Thank you. Perla, go ahead.
I have a question, teacher.
Yes, tell me.
This is the level basic or
No,
or
this is
intro?
the ESP class. This is a multiple level class. Es una
Ah.
clase de ESP, es una clase de multinivel. La clase de gramática empieza a las 8, la de inicial, y luego la de conversación, si es la de tu horario, es hasta después.
Entonces creo que me equivoqué, sorry, teacher.
No te
Thank you.
preocupes. See you later. Or if you want to stay, welcome. Si te equivocaste y tienes que retirarte, no te preocupes. Y si no, pues bienvenida. Jennifer, welcome to class. Okay. Hi, Jennifer. So we are talking about transportations. Do you think, or do you have another idea, or how do you see the future of transportations, talking about train, cars, airplanes? Do you think we are going to have flying cars, or maybe we don't need any more cars, like we will have ships to travel to other planets, like in Star Wars? I don't know, guys. Tell me, share your ideas. ¿Alguien más? ¿Voluntarios forzados? Okay, go ahead, Paula.
I think maybe transportation will be electrical without oil and petrol.
Okay, yes. Just talking about cars, what about trains or airplanes? Do you think it's going to be the same thing?
Yes, I think the train will be electrical maybe, or maybe another kind of energy. Maybe the wind could be another option.
Source of energy. Okay, yes. Okay. Very good, thank you. Jennifer, go ahead.
I think that to use ecological vehicles, it's a very good idea, but I think that that's so expensive, because I have a cousin who has a car hybrid, and it's so expensive. And I have another friend who was explaining to me about when you use gasoline with other things. I don't remember how it's named, but it has a little song, and it's about an oil with other products. And he explained to me that that combustible has a process and a method for using, because if you use it wrong, you can break your car.
Oh, wow, I didn't know that. The word for combustible is fuel. By the way, yes, thank you, Jennifer. Yeah, they are very expensive now, because remember, they still in process, they're still developing, and engineers still developing these kind of cars. They are making some improvements. So as everything at the beginning, technology, it's very expensive, and then it becomes very popular and lower the prices, like with phones at the beginning, right? Remember, they used to be very big, very expensive. Only people with money can buy them or could buy them, and now everybody has one, right? So I think it's the thing that's going to happen with electric cars. Okay. Next question. How long do you think petrol powered cars have left, and why? ¿Cuánto tiempo más crees que tengan los carros que utilizan gasolina, o que se vuelvan los híbridos o los electrónicos mucho más populares o más accesibles para la demás gente. Okay, Paola, go ahead.
I think maybe 2 decades more, but because technological advance are very expensive today, and maybe it needs has more demand.
Okay,
Demanda?
yeah.
And it will be more or cheaper to access to everybody.
Yeah, I totally agree with you, Paola. Yes. Of course, it's going to take time, maybe 2 decades or more. I don't know. I'm not sure. But I think we are in the process. And as far as I know, this is going to happen, guys. I don't know. What about economics? People that owns Petrol. Los dueños del petróleo. What do you think? Do you think they are going to be, they are behind this new, or they are avoiding this process, like delaying this process? La gente que es dueña del petróleo, bueno, no dueña, pero que tiene como el poder de alguna manera, porque es un recurso natural, pero pues hay empresas que lo manejan, etcétera, etcétera. There are companies that administrate that, and now it's a little bit different. So what do you think, guys? Do you think those guys that are making a lot of money from gasoline, do you think they are investing in these kind of cars too? So they still being very rich, or they are delaying this process? ¿Creen que las personas que tienen el poder que tienen como esta poder sobre la gasolina, que tienen estos negocios, estén invirtiendo en este tipo de cambio, o realmente son las personas que están haciendo que también el proceso vaya un poco más lento? I don't know. What do you think, guys?
May I give my opinion, teacher?
Of course, go ahead.
Okay.
Okay. I think there is a lot of money involved in the petroleum industry, in the oil and everything, and simply some of the most rich guys in the world, they have this kind of business, the oil business, and I think they won't be like happy to lose all the incomes because the gas and the oil. So I think it will take some time. Maybe now the hybrid technology is going to be more and more adopted by the car manufacturers, because we can see like Toyota, that the company has in the vision to here to 10 years or something like that. Okay, all its models want to be hybrid. So you have like a gas one version that runs with gasoline and another that runs hybrid. So I think that this will be very slow because there's a lot of money involved in there.
Correctly. I totally agree with you, Aldo. Of course, they are investing, of course, and they also are looking at these options to make it real, so they don't lose their money. They are making some research. Okay, of course. Mitsu, go ahead, please.
Thanks, teacher. Well, I consider that there's a dark side in the industry. Of course, in the beginnings, I suppose that there was something against the electrical cars, the first electrical car was developed in the 1890. So then I suppose that there was a kind of conspiracy against this kind of industry just to continue working with the oil. But actually nowadays, the oil is not enough or is not in the same quantities as before. So I suppose that the same industry is going to invest not to lose this kind of money. So they are going to change the view. Well, that is my opinion.
Yeah, of course, it will be a process, of course, and it will take time, and they will make some advertisements, and the process will be like that. Like, I think. Thank you, Mitzi. So tell me, guys, what's your opinion about electric cars? Are you in favor or against them, and why? Do you have any of those? Have you tried one? ¿Alguna vez has tenido contacto con un carro eléctrico? ¿Cuál es tu posición o tu opinión con respecto a ellos? ¿Sabes algo sobre estos?
Yes, teacher.
Go ahead, Jorge.
So, thank you.
Nice to have you
In
back.
my opinion, oh, in my opinion, the electric cars are really expensive because, for example, when you need a charge these cars, you you should have the installation for connect the charger. So, and this is mostly for the people rich. So the people that in your house can have this
Kind of equipment. Mm-hmm.
yeah, exactly, yeah. So and don't all the people
Not all the people.
can have, yeah, the old people can have this
Yeah.
this installation. And for example, here in some place you can pay for charge your car, but it's complicated. So you maybe you should go for the supermarket or the parking, or I don't know. Is no is accessibility, no is I don't know how do you say, no es accesible.
And it's not available for everyone. Okay.
Yeah, exactly. No, it's available for everyone.
For everyone, yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and for example, when don't work your car, it's really expensive. Repair your car. The refacciones. How do you say refacciones?
What do you mean? Las partes del carro?
Oh yeah, the parts. It's very expensive.
Okay.
For repair the electric cars. Yeah.
Okay.
This is my opinion.
Yeah. Thank you, Jorge. Very
Mm-hmm.
good. Well,
Thank you.
let's continue, guys. Who's ready to read? Who wants to read?
May I, teacher?
Yeah, go ahead.
Okay, just.
And then you, Paola. Thank you.
Okay. Brief history of electric cars. The idea of the electric cars seemed like something recently and futuristic, but the first electric car dates from 1834, almost 3 decades before the petrol power engines. The Jamais content was the first electric car and the first to reach a speed over 100 kilometers per hour. But it was till 1880 when Camille Faure invented a rechargeable battery, making of the electric car the quintessential car of the early 20th century. 1/3 of the vehicle fleet in cities like New York, Boston, or Chicago was formed by electric cars. It was in 1908 when Ford began to win land with the Model T because its lower cost and greater autonomy.
Thank you, Aldo. So did you know that, guys? Did you know that the first electric car goes back to 1834, sorry.
Actually, no, I didn't know that. I saw once a video that talk about first electric car, but I don't remember the name. Maybe it was this.
So it's taking a lot of time to have those kind of cars. I thought before doing this research that electric cars was a new idea, something that has been developing last years, but no, guys, it has been in process for a long time. Yeah, I don't know what's really keep that to happen. What do you think, guys?
I think it's about like we were talking about the petrol, the oil industry,
Yeah.
but also the batteries technology. We only recently we have the technology to have these kind of batteries that can store a lot of energy. And before there didn't work like that.
Exactly. You got a point there. Very good. Yeah. Do you know how the energy of a battery car lasts, guys? ¿Saben cuánto tiempo dura la batería de un carro eléctrico?
Well, the range of that you can have or last the battery charge depends. Like Tesla is like 200 or 300 kilometers. And it's and the time that it lasts is like 10 years or something like that.
Yeah, it will depend on the brand because of the type of battery, right? So some of them can have different length of time, right? For using the car, actually reducing the car of the battery life itself, right? Okay, Paola, thank you, Aldo. Paola, next part. Can you help me with that one, please?
Sure. How good do the electric cars are? With the green campaign for of the electric cars, some people don't depend more beyond the TV commercials. But is it true that electric cars have more advantage than disadvantage than the petrol-powered cars?
Okay, stop. Thank you, Paola. What do you think, guys? Do you think they have more advantages or more disadvantages? What do you think? Comparing cars, what do you think are the disadvantages of electric cars and what are the advantages? And what about petrol-powered cars?
Well,
Disadvantages and advantages.
the main disadvantage is that you don't have many sources of how to charge the car. So you have a lot of station oils, but not the electric station just to empower again your car. I think that is the main disadvantage.
Okay, very good. Jennifer, thank you.
I would prefer a vehicle, an electric car with solar battery or with solar cells or something like that, because like our partner said, that's a disadvantage.
Okay, well, maybe it would be even greener, Jennifer, even greener, right? Like for environment. Okay, and maybe it will help for global warming. Maybe, I don't know, somehow to attract all the sunlight that we are, I don't know. I'm not an engineer, guys, so I don't know what I'm saying, but Yeah, I think that would be a good solution for that part. I don't know. Somehow. Okay. Anybody else? Advantages, disadvantages about car and electric cars, regular cars, if we call them like that. No? Okay, Paola, go on, please.
The petrol-powered cars still have more autonomy, and there are more petrol stations than charging points, and they're considerably faster than electric cars, and the batteries are cheaper than the need by the electric cars.
Okay, stop. See? That's what, thank you, Paola. Sorry for interrupting you. I will be doing this.
Don't worry.
Okay. Like Mitsu said, right? Exactly her words. She told us about this advantage or disadvantage. Okay, talking about either of the cars. Okay, continue, Paola.
On the other hand, electric cars are less noisy than the others. Also, the maintenance is cheaper than the traditional cars, as well as the insurance and more efficiency. In few words, everything depends on the country where you are.
Angel, I think, no, it was Jorge. Jorge told us about that it would depend on the country where you are. That's also an important idea to keep in mind. Thank you, Paola. Okay, another volunteer to read. Another volunteer to read.
Me,
¿Alguien más que
teacher.
pueda leer?
Me, teacher.
Go ahead, Irma. Thank you.
The car of the future. The automotive industry is in constantly development. The electric cars we know are not the end limit of the innovation and creativity. Klaus Gruber, a strategy director, say that in the future, the people could change their cars every 3 months. He also talked about new functions and security features update in the automobile software, as we can see in the smartphones and notebooks nowadays. The car of the future is going to be electric, connected to the network, and will be automated, and will have digital entertainment.
What about that, guys, huh? Imagine changing your car every 3 months. Like, okay, we are not changing our phone every 3 months, but what about 3 or 4 years, or maybe less, 2 months, 2 years, sorry, 2 years. Do you think that it's gonna happen with cars? Imagine a new car every 3 months. Wow, that would be like, it's very hard. Well, it's not hard, but it takes time to buy a new car and keep it, right? Like you have to pay for a period of time, maybe 1, 2, or 3, or even 5 years. So it will be your own. Imagine doing that with cars. I think they will not be we will not be the owners. Maybe they will be like rent cars, right? Something like that, maybe. What do you think, guys? Do you think that it will be possible to change cars every few months, every 3 months? Yeah, Paula.
I think it will be the words against the environment. Because if we change every 3 months, we generate more garbage.
Yes.
And pollution. And if we use the electric cars, maybe less the water consumed
Okay.
to generate electrical energy.
Well, you have a point there, totally with you. But we have seen that with phones, right? We are buying phones more frequently than we used to at the beginning. They are made to be on you. Yeah, to be changed or to buy a new one in a few months, right? To need a new one because now it's broken or it's not working anymore. I don't know. Like, do you think they are going to be like that, made to be to switch or to change a new one?
But it depends about the we need and economic resource that we have.
Of course.
Because our necessities change and about the resources that we have. The same cause are for the mobiles or cell phones, because if we use only to WhatsApp and a few apps, it's not to need have a huge memory, and we can keep for more time.
Yeah, like I was trying to say, useless. They become useless. So I don't know. I think that cars will be designed the same way. I think. I don't know. Maybe not now. No, maybe not in a few years, but they will be. Maybe. I don't know. Once again, I am not an engineer, so I don't know.
Miss,
Yeah, lady.
I think it is dangerous. The electric cars, because we will be spied on with the Wi-Fi connection. Pues es lo que yo pienso, Miss.
But why they will be dangerous? Because we will be connected and everyone will be having the information uploaded in the web, or what?
In the web, in general.
Okay, yeah. Okay, I got you. Okay, yeah, thank you, lady. Well, vocabulary. Volunteers. Gente que no ha participado, ahora sí, voluntarios señalados por mí. Sorry, guys. Okay, María Rosa, the first word, please.
You answer me that imagines, Miss?
Yeah, the first word is exhaust pipe. The pipe, can you read its meaning?
I don't know, Miss.
Ok, yo te ayudo, no te preocupes, María. Dice, vamos a leer la parte de que está, la oración que está dentro de la caja blanca. The
Yes,
pie,
Miss. The pie are the black of a vehicle, or on a machine tow which what gas escapes from engine use tailpipe.
Okay, Maria, in Spanish, what's the word in Spanish for tailpipe?
Como dan tipos.
¿Cómo le llamamos esa parte del carro? ¿Te la sabes? ¿Él es?
Escape.
Ajá, es el
Tubo de
escape.
escape.
Very good. Thank you, Maria. Thank you, guys. Very good. Yes, you are right. Es el escape, okay? Thank you, Maria. Thank you, guys. Okay, now, let's see. Not, okay, no, you are here. Okay, sorry. Now, Meredith, glove compartment.
A small cupboard of shelf in the front of a car, used for storing small things.
Okay, what's the word in Spanish? Glove compartment.
Compartimento.
Sí, tiene un nombre en español, ¿la recuerdan?
Guantera.
Ajá, la guantera. Glove significa guante. Ok, la guantera. Very good. Excellent. Thank you. Let's see. Suhaili. Next word, heater. Suhaili, are you there?
Aquí
Okay.
está. Ya no lo veía. A device. ¿Qué termina, Miss?
A device.
A device that produces
Heat.
Heat.
What's that in Spanish? ¿Qué será el heater?
No veo dónde está.
Es la tercera imagen, the third picture.
Es el calentador.
Como el aire acondicionado.
Ajá. El calentador, ajá. Donde sale lo del aire acondicionado. Very good, excellent. Okay, now Ivana. Next, dashboard.
Okay, the dashboard. The part of a car that contains some of the control used for driving and the device for measuring speed and distance.
Okay, what do you think it's a dashboard?
Como el tablero.
Exactly. That's the one. Very good. Excellent. Next one. Ignacio. Handbrake.
¿Por qué tenemos este?
Okay. A device operated by hand that locks in position and prevents a vehicle from moving.
A device operated by hand and looks in position and prevents a vehicle from moving. What do you think it is? ¿Qué crees que sea?
Es el freno de mano.
Más bien es la palanca de velocidades, ¿no? Ah, no, yes. Handbrake, sí. El brake significa, el stop. Yes. Sorry.
Okay.
Yes, my bad, sorry. Yes, you are right. Okay, now, let's watch this video, guys. Pay attention because we are going to answer some questions related to that one, okay?
By flight, I mean, yes, we may see flying cars.
Some of the greatest shifts you're going to see is in electrification.
We're closer to the Jetsons than we are to the Flintstones.
Cars have changed enormously over the last 25 years. I mean, back in 1995, you couldn't get ventilated, massaging seats, adaptive cruise control, or smartphone mirroring. Hell, smartphones didn't even exist back then. Yes, kids, there was a time before the iPhone.
We're here with our very first look at the Apple iPhone. I just wish it was a standalone iPod. What's wrong with the phone?
You can bet the next quarter century is going to be even more transformative. Now, I'm not sure if cars will have spherical light-up wheels, look like road-going smoking lounges, or feature wacky steering wheels that move all over the place, but technological advancements will revolutionize how we get around.
What's the trouble, Gary? Uh-oh, a modern Frankenstein.
Of course, nobody really knows what the future holds, but right now I see two things dominating the automotive industry, and that is electrification and autonomy, or self-driving cars. Now, these two technologies promise to change everything.
Once people drive electric vehicles, they tend to not look back. And once that starts happening, you're going to have quiet, efficient, and crazy fun vehicles to drive.
Now, even though they do not work for all drivers in every location, electrics are the future, providing instant torque, zero tailpipe emissions, and smooth, nearly silent operation. Now, they have a ton of benefits compared to internal combustion, something that will drive demand in the future.
When you include all of the electrification, so mild hybrid, plug-in hybrid, fuel cell, EV, by 2030, all of that will make up the majority of new car sales.
Obviously, 2030 is only 10 years into the future, not 25, but the trend is clear. Electrified vehicles are going to get more and more popular. What percentage of new vehicle sales they'll account for in 2045 is anyone's guess, but I bet it'll be a lot, especially as battery technology advances. Lithium-ion is state-of-the-art today, but maybe nickel-metal plutonium chemistry or lithium sawdust will revolutionize EVs in 25 years. Who knows?
I would absolutely expect something next that takes us into an area where we don't worry about charging time and we don't worry about range. And I think when that happens, that's where we get the hockey stick growth curve of electric vehicles and really become a mainstream product.
Even as the world goes electric, old-fashioned petroleum-burning power plants are far from dead, so don't start writing that obituary just yet.
But internal combustion engines are not going away between now and 2050. They will be a significantly reduced percentage of the market, but you'll still be able to buy one.
Whether it's a huge diesel engine in an over-the-road truck or a plug-in hybrid powertrain in some family-friendly crossover, internal combustion is expected to remain a viable powertrain source for many years to come.
Gas turbine compressor, 31,000 RPM.
Curiously, one propulsion system that's unlikely to gain traction is the hydrogen fuel cell. Now, Bob, Colin, and Jeff all seem to agree that this technology is really not going to take off, not at least before 2045.
It's funny, in the industry, and this has probably been going on for 20 years, we've always joked that hydrogen is, the 10-year out technology, and it keeps moving 10 years out.
So in our forecast, it's a very, very small part of the market. Where it's going to place itself, it's not even in like commercial vehicle really. It is in that medium to heavy duty truck. That's where you see it's going to have the most demand.
Now, nothing against hydrogen fuel cells, but as battery technology continues to improve, fuel cells make less and less sense, especially in personal vehicles.
Attention, hydrogen containment failure. Potential personnel hazard.
Turn it back on, man!
Okay, aside from alternative propulsion systems, autonomy is another major topic these days. So in the future, you'll be able to punch a destination into your vehicle and it will just drive you there without you having to lift a finger. I mean, that's the dream, but when that becomes a reality, well, that's debatable.
Level 5 or fully autonomous vehicles is kind of like a moonshot. I mean, a lot has to happen in mapping and navigation and sensing and artificial intelligence and machine learning, all these things to make that viable for general use.
We're all set for auto control. Well done, Firebird 2. You're now under automatic control. Hands-off steering.
We expect about 1 in 4 vehicles being sold in 2035 to be an autonomous vehicle, and by that we mean either L4 or L5, so the vehicles that can fully drive themselves.
Today, the best we've got is Level 2+, which is like Cadillac Super Cruise. Now, don't get me wrong, Super Cruise is super good, but you can't just set it and forget it like you can some other things.
Set it and forget it.
For many, autonomy is the dream, but even self-driving cars are subject to traffic and other delays, but one different technology could sidestep these problems altogether.
Can't forget can't leave out flying cars.
And here's another streamlined marvel on wheels. It only needs a pair of wings to be at home in the sky.
You know, and the possibility of a vertical takeoff vehicle that's electrified has some possibilities in, you know, certain scenarios.
Yep, flying cars. As ridiculous as those sound, they could possibly, just might be a thing in the next 25 years. I mean, the ability to jump over freeway congestion or fly into remote areas is frankly intriguing.
This aircraft takes off from wherever you happen to be, flies directly to where you want to go, and lands there.
It doesn't yet, but it might one day.
If flying cars ever do become a thing, they better damn well be autonomous. I mean, most drivers can't even use their turn signals properly. How could you ever expect them to handle an aircraft?
It looks like a success, but the experts spot a problem with engine number 8.
Ooh. So much has changed over the last 25 years, but from electrification to self-driving cars to hydrogen fuel cells, well, maybe not those, but still there is a lot to be excited about in the next 25 years.
I mean, we're a long ways away from the Jetsons, but we're closer to the Jetsons than we are to the Flintstones.
Hey, one thing before you go, make sure you check out my other recent video. It's all about pickup trucks and SUVs. Have you ever wondered why these vehicles are so incredibly popular these days? Well, this feature explains it all.
Very interesting, huh? Flying cars. Sooner than we think. Okay, question number 1. Its pipe located at the back of the car and helps to reflect the burnt fuel. Which one is it?
Exhaust pipe.
Very good. Exhaust pipe. Thank you, Moises. Here you can store little things like papers, and it's in the front into the car.
Glove compartment.
Glove compartment. Very good. It's cool. Sorry, it's cold outside. You need to turn on the
Air warmer.
Here, very good, here. The dashboard helps to
measure speed.
Measure speed, excellent. This is operated by hand and prevents a vehicle from moving.
Handbrake.
Handbrake, very good, yes. Excellent, guys. Well, thank you very much for being here. The class is over. So before we go, guys, do you have any extra comments or any extra information that you want to share? ¿Alguien más tiene alguna duda, algún comentario, algo que quisiera agregar a la clase?
I like very much the topic in this class.
Great, thank you, Ignacio.
I'm thankful because I learned new vocabulary. So thanks a lot.
Thank you to you, anytime. Well, guys, it was a pleasure to have you in my class tonight. Have an excellent night. See you next class. Bye-bye.
Thank you, teacher.
See you, teacher. Thank you.
Bye.
Bye-bye, everyone.
Thank you, teacher.
Take care.